Imagine for a moment the best Pueblo that you can envision. What would it look like? What would employers seek to move here? What would our kids say about living here? Imagine for a moment that every person in Pueblo felt as if someone had his or her back. How could we accomplish that? What would we strengthen? What would we make better? Can we make Pueblo better together? Can we do it smarter? Can we figure out what is working and what is not working? These are some of the questions that sparked the idea of OneCommunity Pueblo. But why would a group of folks come together in Pueblo to grapple with developing a common vision for community change? Poverty. We hear this word a lot, but what does it mean? Poverty is defined as a family of four earning less than $22,050 a year. The fact is, poverty is the largest obstacle to opportunity for children. Growing up in poverty decreases the chance for lifelong success. So where does Pueblo stand? The overall poverty rate in Pueblo is 20.4%, the second highest in the state. The child poverty rate in Pueblo hovers between 21 and 31%. Over 50% of Pueblo youth qualify for free and reduced lunch. Poverty itself raises the likelihood of too early pregnancies, low educational attainment, and a host of other issues, such as gang violence and truancy. Let's explore a couple of these issues a little deeper. Teen pregnancy is a complex sociological issue, and it's an indicator that youth don't feel connected to their community, that there is a lack of achievable economic opportunity, that they don't have the confidence to develop dreams and goals and the support to make their dreams and goals come true. We have to make sure teens have other opportunities for the future, real incentives for them to wait to become parents. When you think of poverty, you can also think of high rates of kids that do not complete high school. Did you know that research shows if a child fails a class in 8th or 9th grade, they are more likely to drop out? What if we made sure no child fails in this grade? Could we make a shift? Third grade achievement is another indicator of success for kids. What if the question was less about standardized testing and more about mentoring and assisting kids to succeed?
So again, ask yourself, what is the best Pueblo? It's already a great community with remarkable people, but we can make it better together. We envision a Pueblo, a place where children, youth, and adults are supported in making healthy choices for their lives, where every parent has the support and necessary tools to be nurturing parents, where healthy food is accessible and exercise is valued, where education is the most valuable commodity, where kids have what they need from the moment they come into the world through their launch into a career. Imagine the impact of a whole generation with that kind of support. We envision a Pueblo where there are pathways to economic self-sufficiency, jobs that pay living wages and provide career opportunities, kids that will choose to stay in Pueblo and enrich the community, employers that want to come here because of the educational attainment and the community reputation. We envision the long-term commitment of people to be involved and to care about every aspect of living, working, and raising a family in Pueblo. We think of it as civic muscle, that each of us shares responsibility to have the back of everyone else. We make choices that change the shape of the future of our community, realizing that not all of the choices will be easy, but we think we can be smarter about our interventions, smarter about how we share information and evaluate what works. We think we have enough to do this amazing work. However, we must think of our resources differently than we have in the past, so that all children and youth in Pueblo have the opportunities necessary to flourish and grow from cradle to career. But that vision also includes a community where every person feels safe and connected, like the visionaries who saw an empty field littered with old railroad ties and imagined instead the heart of Pueblo becoming a thriving riverwalk. OneCommunity Pueblo is a commitment to the heart of Pueblo in the same visionary way, not an external destination, but one that will change the trajectories of each and every child and positively impact all families.
We believe that if we commit to this vision, we can make Pueblo better together, utilizing collective impact initiatives as the best way for us to be successful and make the changes we want and need for kids and families to thrive. We believe in diversity and inclusion as part of the vision. We believe in the principles of youth development as being the catalyst to a better future for all youth in Pueblo. Think of a pebble thrown in a pond in which the ripple effect will have a lasting impact for generations to come. Part of creating this vision is to build a better way of working together. And the way we work together becomes the fabric that binds our community, the DNA. We build common visions, we share outcomes and data, we create a set of measures that help us learn along the way. We listen to children and youth and facilitate dreams. We value our diversity. We work together to make economic development a reality and understand that leadership for achieving the vision is shared among and between the collective whole, nonprofits, government, and private sectors. Envisioning a better future and working together to realize it is simply the way we live and do business.
So, envisioning a better Pueblo is the easy part. It's the first step in making Pueblo better together. But how do we make the vision a reality? Fortunately, we are not the only community creating collective impact strategies. Cradle-to-career approaches are happening around the country, and we can look to some of the other initiatives as we begin to create ours. We know there are elements of collective impact that are vital and necessary components. One of the first steps is creating a shared vision for change, which includes a common understanding of the problem and a joint approach to solving the problem through agreed-upon actions. It is vital to agree on the ways in which activities are measured and reported. We are developing a dashboard where measurements and outcomes can be shared with each other and the community. It has never been more important to understand what works and what doesn't, so we can make course corrections and use our resources wisely. We need to create alignment of our activities so that they become mutually reinforcing. Collective impact strategies that have been studied suggest that when a community finds a way to integrate its work from all agencies and sectors into the common vision and outcomes, the impact is greater. There are other elements of collective impact that build the chance for success of these long-term change strategies. Continuous communication, meetings, and lots of them. This is about developing trust between all concerned, nonprofits, corporations, government agencies. It takes time. Becoming digital natives, utilizing tools that make communication easier and more inclusive. Tools including wikis and dashboards, Google Docs, and Prezis. And creating a common vocabulary. The backbone is the infrastructure and coordination piece of this work. Different communities are doing things differently. In Denver, for example, the Office of Strategic Partnerships helps to keep its youth agenda on target. And in Massachusetts, a new nonprofit is working to coordinate their efforts. The expectation that collective impact strategies will work without a supporting infrastructure is one of the most frequent reasons it fails. Utilizing all 5 of these elements, we can begin working together to make Pueblo better.
So why does this all matter? Because to create a better Pueblo together, to create real social change, it will take a different model of doing business and measuring our success. A model in which funders, nonprofits, government officials, civic leaders, and business executives work together. Researchers of collective impact strategies stress that collective impact would be a shock to the system, but it's a form of shock therapy that is badly needed. If we start now to create a common agenda, share data, use mutually reinforcing activities, communicate continuously, and build an infrastructure, and we make good use of government partners and programs, build effective alignment among and between nonprofit partners and the business sector, talk to individuals that may reach more than one person, Where will we be in 25 years? Our vision for a better Pueblo, where generations of children, youth, and families flourish and grow strong, will become our reality. Come join us. Become part of OneCommunity Pueblo.